Hello everyone, my name's RDV, but feel free to call me Ronald. It's actually what I prefer. I'm playing Yoshi's Story All Melons One Lap today. With me I have Green Snowdog.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, not quite sure how the timer actually works for this, but I assume I just do a little countdown and, you know...
Yeah.
Alright, so just in case, I'm going to reset my console because I did practice a little bit, just to make sure that, you know, it's fresh. Alright, Yoshi's Story is one of my favorite games personally, and I'm happy to show it off. Alright, so I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright.
Woo!
So, what this category consists of is, instead of just beating the game normally, we're giving ourselves this arbitrary challenge where we only can collect special looking melons. Not to be confused with watermelon, although I will probably eat some watermelon if I miss actual melons. This run's gonna be more of a showcase, because it is actually genuinely difficult, genuinely difficult to, like, there's some really unforgiving melons. I'm gonna try my best to show off a complete run, but if something happens, it's easy to lose minutes on missing one, because some just don't respawn. It would require me to reset the console and reset the stage. So we're gonna just, like, we're just gonna have a good time. So, there's just a lot of different tech going on right here that you're probably not even really, like, noticing much. So they actually tried making Yoshi relatively slow in this game by, every time you swallow a fruit, there's this animation that you would get on the ground that gets you stuck, you can't move in it. So you want to be either in the air as you're swallowing the fruit, or you can just cancel the animation by pressing B again, because then, like, you'll override it with the tonguing animation, or, like, you know, the tongue. So over here I'm going to be doing some ground pounds in what looks like very arbitrary spots to reveal some hidden melons. That's the challenge of this category. These melons, there's only 30 of them in each stage. You need 30 fruit usually to beat a stage. And it's exactly 30 melons in every level. We're only going to be playing 6 levels because this is the any % variant of, you know, the full all melons category. Hit this. We get 5 of these coins. It gives us another melon. That Try Guy was very rude. And so a lot of this category is just like knowing where these melons are, and then just being fast and try and not despawn too many of them, or any of them actually. Alright, that's a good first level. We were able to get all the melons in the first level. That's good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Again, I will just reiterate, I can't promise that you'll see every melon today, because I've been practicing a bit. And some of them can just be really unforgiving, and we're already a bit behind schedule, so you might see some very rare watermelon in this run. So in between every level, there's this lengthy cutscene, but the game already saves that you beaten the level, so we just reset the console to just skip that cutscene, so we just jump straight to page 2. This game has a very interesting level system that I might touch on a little later. Right now I kind of just want to focus on gameplay. Large spoiler, this is definitely a really tricky level. Really dark. I'm going to be turning off the HUD so I can actually see. So I'm going to be doing a lot of, like, tongue jumps, and if you... what that means is that I'll be spamming the B button to tongue stuff, because every time you do that, every time you press the B button, Yoshi is not affected by gravity for 1 frame. So if you spam it during your jumps, you can get really, really high jumps, which helps you get to, you know, higher places better. So we've been able to, you know, jump over these terrifying looking blargs quite easily using those tongue jumps. So the inputs for this run are really, really dense and really, really fast, because there's just like a bunch of button mashing you do pretty much all the time. The tonguing and throwing X in this game is actually very interesting because it makes use of, like, the analog stick. You can essentially, you know, tongue, and I'm gonna actually get this checkpoint just to be safe, just for marathon safety. Oh, that's bad. We're fine. That was a little scary.
It's just a little bit too close to the lava.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna do a little
fine.
skip here. Supposed to use that ball, but I'm just not gonna do that. Nice. There's actually a harder variant of that strat. As like it saves a couple seconds. I'd rather just go for consistency. That still looks cool regardless, I feel. Alright, so these mini games, I completely neglected the one in the first level. But these are a huge reset point, and you might be thinking like, in concept they look really easy, right? Because you just gotta get these stacks to the end of the, to the finish line to get 7 melons. However, if I fail the minigame, I don't get... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. You don't get any of them. If you fail the minigame, the stack the stack falls over. You don't get any of those melons. And, you could probably imagine that that's kind of bad. It doesn't respawn. If you were to exit the room and come back, it does not respawn. If you were to die and you get back into the room, it does not respawn. So if you fail one of those minigames, it's just a reset. Whether or not you reset your timer along with it is up to you. But, you have to reset the stage, which really sucks. But, that's just part of the challenge of this category. Everything, it can be quite unforgiving, especially to get into, whereas any percent is really short and I'd say relatively easy to get into.
I can agree. It's easy to get into, but when your time gets lower and lower and lower, it's harder because you have to be more precise with everything that you do in it.
For sure. Alright, this level is called Frustration, and it's like the best level name for a frustrating level I've ever seen, because it describes the level quite well. There's, again, some stuff here that can go horribly wrong. Hopefully it will not. Just doing some flutters here. Gonna eat that bird, gonna not make that jump. Alright, another bubble here. I just ate the Lakitu off screen, so it's not a problem, because he will drop spike balls on the seesaws. Until the into directions I don't want to. I'm gonna take my time to make that shot, because if you kill the fly guys in the wrong order, as I said before, the melon you get from that does not respawn. Will not be able to get it. Zooming in the camera here so that Lakitu comes into view much sooner and spawns the melons quicker. Full optimization there. Alright. Another melon's gonna spawn here. There you go. Yeah, so a lot of this is just like you need to know where the melons are. You can actually... Oh. Hold up. That's one of the ones that does respawn. For everyone that I just scared. Yeah, that was fine. Some other ones, definitely don't. That one's fine. The ones in bubbles always respawn. Another minigame, and this one's really hard, because there's gonna be an enemy on the way that's gonna make this really rough. Oh, that's
no.
bad. Let's see if this respawns. If not, that would be bad. I also can't do RNG minute now. That really sucks, because that could mean at 5-3.
Oh wait, yeah, the RNG minute in 5-3. That's...
Yup. Alright, let's see. Does that minigame respawn? Kinda need eggs as well, now that I think about it. Oh, this is just a mess. So this is what happens when melon runs go wrong. It's a giant mess. That's fine, that's fine. Isn't there like a flower nearby? Like right here-ish? No! If I run into the enemy, I'm dead though. It respawned. Because I killed my character. What was too late? Okay, cool. Cool.
Oh.
You know what? This is a show. Okay, I was about to just reset the console. I want to do RNG minute. We're just gonna reset that reset that level. Screw it. Screw it.
We have
We're gonna go for estimate. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do a melon run. If anything else major goes wrong, you know, I'll just eat different fruit. That's a little too upsetting. Yeah, that's the perfect showcase of how you know, the all melons category is really rough. Because again, if you fail one of those minigames, it's over. So what keeps going wrong with that minigame is that I'm trying to also flick the stick down to make Yoshi take the lower path and avoid the enemy that I keep running into that just immediately fills the minigame. This game really makes use of like the analog stick, and sometimes it's just really hard to get the right angle because I don't want to ground pound like I did, but I also want to take the path, so I gotta hold, like, I gotta make it Yoshi go down without ground pounding, which is just down on the stick, and it's just that section in particular. I feel like it's like it looks really easy, but you know, because the concept's quite easy, avoid enemy, go down, but it's it's tough. Like it's like this really specific angle. All right, let's see if we can just like do that again, and this time get all the melons. I guess in the meantime I can explain this game's level system. So as you've noticed, there's different pages and there's different levels we can all choose. So there's these big hearts that you may have seen in the game. So by default, for the first page, there's a big heart. Every level in page 1 is unlocked, but they're not for the other pages. And how that works is that depending on how many big hearts you get from the levels, unlocks more levels on the next page. Yeah, I'm gonna just eat different food. But I'm gonna keep this Yoshi, so I can still do RNG manip for 5-3. I'm gonna loop around. Am I gonna loop around? We're just gonna go on a journey, guys. Sometimes you just gotta play games for fun.
We're figuring things out here as...
We're gonna go on an adventure. I wanna cry. Okay,
we need the Wind Worker music now.
Oh. Alright. No, someone said they liked this game's music, and I agree. I'm just making you like listen to this song a bit more, because I know you appreciate it. Uh-oh. We're fine. We got some really rare looking melons.
I mean, you're not wrong. But people might have names for them.
A very, very rare purple melon. Alright. Unfortunate, but it happens. Again, this is really unfortunate, like a really unforgiving category. I'm just saying, if the rest goes well, I can probably barely make it to it. So let's go.
Also, we should have mentioned that's the halfway boss. Usually, you in the third chapter of the book, you would have a halfway boss. This one, it's Mooch. I don't know their real name, but yeah, they just...
Bongo, the one that guy that I just like fought is in Smash Bros. Ultimate. He is in Smash. He was in Smash before Banjo-Kazooie was, and I think that's just really funny. Alright. Again, 3-4 can be a rough stage. Yeah, 4-2, Jungle Puddle. It's also a bit of a, you know, a rough level. But it only really has like one point where the run could, like, die. Got one heart. Because we were gonna... the next level we're gonna play is 5-3, so we want to collect 2 big hearts. As I explained in the last level, I need that. I need that? Oh man, this is just a train wreck, huh? Okay. There we go. So we want to enter the 3rd level for the next page, so we want to get 2 big hearts in this level. We've already gotten 1. I didn't get a dust list there. So one interesting thing about these boxes is I had to destroy them in that order to get all the melons, otherwise they just don't spawn melons, and it's very strange. again, the melons are very, very arbitrary. And what makes this category interesting is that like they're just genuinely like more spread out over the level. Because in like any percent, you just eat whatever's on the way. Essentially, you just wanna. It doesn't matter what you eat.
Oof.
And the melons also kind of force you to go all over the level. So that's what makes it interesting.
The normal way, if I remember correctly, it is holding in the zoom button, and then Yoshi would sniff around for it.
Yes, that is how you're usually supposed to find the hidden melons that are like underground. Also, sometimes there's coins like right above the spot where the melon would be. All right, this is the minigame that sucks the most, aside from the 1 in 3, 4. Alright, I'm just gonna take this one very carefully. Again, if I drop this stack, it sucks. And I didn't. We can actually probably get every melon in this level.
Ooh. We're doing it.
Doing it. Shame about 3, 4, but again, I already said at the beginning of this run, I'm just looking for like a, you know, a nice showcase of the game. Obviously, it would be nice to show off, like, you actually getting all the melons, but, you know, it's very unforgiving. Forgot whether or not I'm supposed to have more X at this point. No, this will be fine, it's gonna be a bit rough. Because okay, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, so now I have to do a ground pound without an egg here. The reason why that's important... Oh, I actually got a dustless. So there is just, you know, there's regular ground pounds and then there's dustless ground pounds. The regular ground pounds lag a lot. Whereas, you know, dustless doesn't. Like, you almost immediately regain control of Yoshi. However, the issue with that is that dustless ground pounds don't have any power with them. Whereas, you know, full ground pounds do. Yeah, so I need to focus a little bit here because I'm going to attempt a strategy that will make Lakitu drop almost 5 melons in a row. Like, almost in a row. But the reason that's relevant is because Lakitu has a 10% chance to drop a melon. We need 3 of them. And there's a manipulation for that, and I'm going to explain it after I've done it. Just going to focus on it. I need green Yoshi for it, which is why I reset before. Alright, let's go. That kind of sucks. Okay, so what happened there is that was actually good. That I just missed the second melon. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm just going to leave Lakitu behind. And I might be thinking, like, you don't have all the melons yet. Why would you move on? The answer to that is very simple. So, Lakitu has 5. I've mentioned before, he has 5. We want to have 5 of them. That was a very mean enemy. Usually you use Lakitu's clout to get up here, so not really used to that movement. So, but here's the thing. His counter, right? If you leave the room, it doesn't save how many, like, melons he's already dropped. So theoretically, you could get 4, you know, die and just, like, keep, like, resetting the level. Well, I guess, like, you don't have enough Yoshis for that, but theoretically, if you had, like, enough Yoshis for it, you could just beat the level by just, like, getting 4 melons from him, you know, jumping into a pit, and you just repeat the process and never get any other melons. So what I'm doing right now, at the end of the level, there's always a place where you can, at the end of the level, there is a warp that will allow you to go back to the beginning of the level. So I'm just gonna get duplicate melons, is what we're doing here. He dropped 4, but he doesn't care that, like, he already dropped 4 when you re-enter the room. But hey, that was still pretty good. I got, like, I got the RNG in it mostly, so I at least negated some, which is good. I don't remember how many eggs I have, and I need a lot. Okay, cool. Alright, there's a hidden switch right here, which will reveal some of these clouds. When these fly guys carry melons, there's a hidden melon right here. And I get to show off this cool strat, cool. Been relatively inconsistent with that lately. That's called like water boost. The Lakitu here doesn't actually drop spike balls like most other ones do. Instead he drops water, which pushes you around. And we just kind of make use of that to go faster. It's kind of funny that I got that, because that's like actually pretty hard, I'd say. Then I messed up some of the minigames. A classic.
I mean, water boosting is a help and can kill a lot of potential runs.
Oh, that was really nice. Just immediately drop a melon. Lakitu! Lakitu! He's such a good guy today.
The kind of man Lakitu here.
He's so kind. That was cool. You just basically immediately drop those melons. Again, it's a 1 in 10 chance for each of them. So I would say that's pretty good. So in case you didn't hear what I said at the beginning of the level, you can basically get duplicate melons from the Lakitu, which is what I did.
Time for the interesting little 6-2.
Alright, just gonna pull one up here to make sure that the saw blades are in the places I want them to be in. Okay, so that switch is a timer. It spawns some melons to the right of this room, so we're on a time limit. That switch down there actually extends the time limit, but we're speedrunners, we don't need it. Alright, wanna kill this really strange looking enemy. I guess I didn't really, you know, say too much about it, but this game has really weird looking... It's a really weird looking art style. I like it a lot myself. But I feel like it's definitely something that divides people.
Yeah, the 2D 3D mix on a 3D console is it's different at least.
Yeah, so I guess I also never mentioned like well, it's a good thing I got that checkpoint, huh? Alright, here we go. This is what checkpoints look like. We can get another shot at that melon.
To space.
Alright, let's go. Oh. Don't eat the banana. Cool. Cool.
The umbrella is one of the cutest things in the game here.
Yeah.
It's just a little hovering thing.
I don't know if I needed that egg. I think I needed that egg. I can fix this. I have... Oh wait, no, I have 2. That's fine. I thought I had 1. There we go. Barely didn't get hit by that spike. There's another cool skip here that I'm gonna attempt in this section of the level. So it's kind of supposed to be an auto-scroller, but we can kind of flutter around and just get the melons along the way without riding the platform. We'll be riding at the beginning just for a little bit because, you know, it is actually faster to do that. So you're supposed to ride that platform the entire way, but instead we're just gonna do this. Okay, never mind. I like the platform.
That was a little bit close.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the melon? Dude. Still got it? Okay, cool. I don't want that egg. We're fine.
We're living.
We're living. Okay, so this minigame sucks because it drops 1 block at a time and you gotta catch all of them. They made this last little iteration of, I'm not sure what this minigame's called, but they made the last iteration of this a lot harder. Okay, so it also tilts differently. So they really tried to throw you off with this one. There we go, that was fine. I'm gonna get this happy heart so I can actually get 3x to do this strat I'm used to here. My main category is usually any percent, which is why this might have not been the best showcase of the category, but I hope you guys have been enjoying it. This is Baby Bowser. Guess we just kind of neglected the story of this game. So the thing behind him right there is called the Happy Tree. We're gonna actually get this power up from the Happy Tree. At the beginning of the game, Baby Bowser sold it, and the only reason we're here is to take it back. Alright. Yeah, I'm mainly an any percent runner, so that's my strongest category for sure. Just not
I like as well that you accidentally ate the melon on the Happy Tree.
I just made up for the ones I missed by eating that one. Right, again, I think this was a pretty fun run. I hope you guys have fun watching as well. Time's coming up pretty soon. I'll be sure to call it out. Coming up really, really soon. Alright, and time. Alright. Not the greatest run I've done of this category. It's also overestimate, but you know, it's the nature of melons. The only thing that really went horribly wrong was the last mini game in, you know, 3-4, the threat level, which, you know, that's really that's the only real reason this went as far overestimate as it did, and it didn't even go that far. Like, that minigame is just super, super rough. Gonna do the classic here whenever I tend to do marathon runs of this game. I input third name, you know, as the score entry. There we go. SASE. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that run. Despite the the mistakes that were made. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. I've heard we were already kind of behind before this run, so if you just want to cut me off and just you know, start the next one, that's fine.
Well, thank you so much, RDVvsTheWorld. Go ahead and give him a follow, RDVvsTheWorld on Twitch. Thank you for showing this off. Even with the looking overestimate, it was still a fun run to watch. Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, hope you guys had fun.
Alright, so again, that was RDVvsTheWorld showing us Yoshi's story. Coming up, we are going to have...
I don't know if we're offline yet.
We're going to have Sable Dragon Rook doing Spyro the Dragon Reignited single run. That's also going to be the end of the time on the hosting desk for me. I'm going to turn it over to the Stibbler, who will be your host for next couple runs. And I will see you guys later on this weekend. Thank you for having me.